Rory, how's everyone feeling ahead of this weekend?
Yeah, we're feeling good. We were off yesterday and then back in today, so we're seeing how the lads are after. It was a tough game, so everyone's feeling a lot better after the other night.
Yeah, have confidence levels lifted a wee bit?
I think so. It was the game against St Johnstone was a tough one to take when we've had a good home record and it didn't go our way for a number of reasons, and so last night winning away from home, which we've not done, was 2 nights ago, was a really good feeling.
What would it mean for you to make sure you get 10th place, given you've been through the whole roller coaster we've come on in the past few years?
It would mean a hell of a lot. I've spoke about this quite a lot, but I think everyone's got their own reasons. And my reason is because I've been here so long. I know everyone at the club. I know the effects of going down, what it does to this club, and so for that reason it means a lot. But everyone in that changing room's got their own reasons, and they're all as important as mine. How
big an achievement would it be to come up and make sure you stay away from the playoff?
Yeah, it would be. It's obviously getting relegated before. It's the first time in a number of years, and we've seen it before with Dundee. It's a tough league, and it's not easy to stay in it. And if we can consolidate our place in the league this year, then we can really start to build on.
There seems to be a right good character amongst the squad that whenever your backs are against the wall and there's questions asked, you seem to come out fighting like you did the other night. Just talk to us a wee bit about that in the dressing room. How important is that, and how do you feel that sort of character amongst you guys?
I was talking to my wife this morning about it. I've been involved in many changing rooms here, and they've all been, well, they've not all been, but the majority of them have been. It's been a great bunch of boys, but I feel this year it's been, and even last year as well. Everyone gets on really well. There's no cliques. There's a huge. Everyone's interested in the same things. It's a big golf school. There's everyone really does get on. I think there's been times this year where it could have been, a struggle coming in because at times it has been hard. But I think everyone, there's genuine friendships down there, and that's not always the case, and I think that's gonna help us.
How much do you put that down to the manager as well? Creating that morale, that sort of bond between the guys.
Yeah, it comes down to the manager. The manager's brought certain players in, but I think, there's been players, that were still here before the manager came in. It's just for one reason or another, that it's a group that really get on, and it's not just in here. It's outside of football. There's a real camaraderie.
Has it been quite tough mentally, Rory, to deal with what's been happening over the last couple of weeks, at this stage of the season?
I probably found it mentally tougher last year with going to win. I think there was more. It felt last year there was more pressure. I've never experienced that. That was probably why. Usually it's been about staying in the league. For last year was trying to win a league, and that was different for me. So I would say last year there was more pressure on it. Don't get me wrong, this is just as big, probably bigger. But I felt good. I do believe we've got what it takes.
You feel a wee bit more relaxed this time round?
I wouldn't say relaxed. I wouldn't definitely not relaxed, but. Just the way it worked out last year against Arbroath, there was an expectation on us to win a league, and I struggled with that at times. But I'm certainly not relaxed at this point.
The fact you've come through that kind of huge game on Wednesday, so well, you kind of had to get a result. Does that help going into this game so soon after that it's a kind of do or die situation? You've shown that mettle to handle the pressure just even 3 days ago.
Yeah, that definitely. It's winning breeds confidence, and that should help us. But Sunday's going to be it's going to be a completely different game against a much different, or completely different opposition, and a game that means a lot for Ross County. They know what they need to do. They need to come here and win, and for that reason, it's going to be completely different. But winning on Wednesday night should have us in a good place.
Can you relish a game like this? It's going to be packed with fans here. Is that something to look forward to, regardless of what the potential consequences might be?
Yeah, I think I've tried to put a spin on it that one day I'm not going to be playing football. I'm going to have a normal job, and you look back to this in a few years. I won't have this feeling. So for the next 3 days, to try and not enjoy it, but it's in a few years' time. This isn't going to be the case. It's not going to be the adrenaline rush that that I'll have for the next 3 days. So I'm trying to spin it in that way, and enjoy it as best I can.
What happens then when you wake up on Sunday morning, you realise what you've got to come? Do you immediately get the wee kind of butterflies in your stomach?
I think the worst part's like today. The best. I was quite nervous leading up to Dundee United game, and then the best I felt was when we were walking out. That's when you know you're in control of it. Whereas waiting about for 3 days on the game, I wish the game was tomorrow. You just want to get out of the way. You want to play the game and not just stew on it.
And knowing what the feeling could be in Sunday, Cop to 5, does that kind of drive you on as well? It could be scenes like you had last May.
Mm-hmm. That's always been the goal. It's always been the goal this season, nothing else. And the fact that comes down Sunday against a team that are fighting for the exact same thing. It's quite exciting. It's 2 years in a row. It's not good for anyone's heart here.
In terms of the game, just obviously you've got that safety blanket of a draw could be good enough, but I suppose that could be dangerous in the sense that you don't want to rely on that. I suppose you're going to go out for the win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's been. There's been certain games where we've shown that's not the way we want to play or all that great at. So it's a game that we just need to treat like any other and go out and try and win, because if we're not very good at trying to see out draws. So if we just need to. We've got a good home form. We're good on the front foot. There'll be a lot of people here, and that's our aim, to go and win the game, not sit and wait for a draw.